Welcome to the podcast, How to Manifest Gigs, Power and Fame. Today, we're moving into a topic every entertainment professional eventually faces. The moment when you as a member are a part of an amazing creative team must use the word no. A word that is often avoided at all costs due to the lasting effect the word no can have on a career. Now, stepping into the mic, your host, entertainment coach and author, Ruth M. James.
Thank you, Andrew. Welcome to my clients and the entertainment professionals joining me today. My name is Ruth M. James, and I am your entertainment goal coach. Several years ago, I decided to share my personal and professional entertainment experiences in the book, How to Manifest Gigs, Power and Fame. That book became the foundation for this podcast. For more than 20 years, I've worked in film, television, radio, stage, theater, and coaching. I, too, have seen and experienced the emotional highs, the unexpected lows, the breakthroughs, the heartbreaks, and those stellar moments in the entertainment industry that seem to change everything literally overnight. I hope this podcast becomes that space for you, a place where you can learn, grow, and strengthen your career from the inside out. Let's get into our topic. Today we're talking about something most creatives struggle with, and that is just saying no. Saying no is not rejection. Saying no is not fear. Saying no is not a missed opportunity. Saying no is clarity. Saying no is identity. Saying no is protection. I would like to take a few moments to break down how to use the creative power of saying no to protect your energy, strengthen your career, and still stay aligned with the future you're building. Our society and culture are based on the psychology of yes. Generally thought to say no is an automatic negative. And when we say no, somehow we are a bad person. Of course, this is ridiculous, but it is still a common thought, especially in working or business environments. When we say no, we are sometimes automatically thought to be uncooperative. Even if the no is in our own best interest, the entertainment industry teaches and expects you to say yes. Yes to opportunities, yes to favors, yes to unpaid work, yes to pressure, yes to expectations. It is an unspoken misconception that by saying yes, we are saying, I am a team player, even if it is not to our own best interest. An example, I once was asked to design costumes and wardrobe for a small independent film. It was with a first-time director. I was just starting out in the industry as a costume designer and wardrobe mistress. This was several years prior to my becoming a screenwriter. At the time, my mindset was that I had to take any and every opportunity that came my way. I had convinced myself that this was the only way to grow my career. I said yes to the job when my heart and inner voice said, don't do it. It was on this job I learned to listen to my own wisdom and how to say no. The project was beyond a nightmare. There were constant costume changes for the leads. I would decide on looks for the cast, prepare the sketches for the director, and they would be approved. I'd shop, get ready for alterations, and suddenly the director decided to go another way. I would start the process all over again and again and again. I put what seemed like thousands of miles on my car in a few weeks. I regretted my yes almost immediately after saying it, and the worst part for me was I did not like the film topic. The best part of the experience was finding the courage to listen to my inner voice, and found the courage to be a little choosy about jobs. Of course, there will be occasions when I have said no and regretted that decision. I believe we have all had that experience as well. Listening to your inner voice can help you make decisions. But here's the truth. Your yes means nothing if you never use your no. Saying no is not about shutting doors, it's about choosing the right ones. Saying no is not about being difficult, it's about being intentional. Saying no is not about being unavailable, it's about being aligned with your goals, beliefs, or identity, who you are at your core, and where and how you want to build your career. In today's show, I am going to explore how saying no can become one of the most powerful creative tools you have. Creative types like us often struggle to say no because they fear missing out. We fear disappointing people, and if we disappoint them, we may not be asked back for work. We might fear losing momentum if the work opportunities don't come because we have said no. We worry our careers may begin to stall. We have a fear of being forgotten. I honestly think this is one of the most painful experiences of all. When we are forgotten in the entertainment industry, it can be a sign your career is over. Creatives struggle to say no because the industry rewards availability. The industry loves flexibility. If you are not flexible, what use are you? If one is inflexible, they cannot be counted on in critical moments. The industry sometimes rewards overextension with monetary gifts, and in some cases, accolades that can result in the holy grail in this industry: more work opportunities. The reality is that saying yes to everything leads to burnout, resentment, and misalignment. Saying no is how you protect your future career and your psyche. Saying no is not rejection, it is redirection. Your no means you are choosing what aligns with your identity. Recognize that it may take some courage at the moment you decide to say no. Saying no is a form of self-respect, of clarity. It is a form of leadership. Your no is a boundaries, and boundaries build careers. In my career, I have identified 3 types of no every creative must learn: the protective no, the no that protects your energy, the strategic no that protects your goals, and the identity-based no, the no that protects who you are becoming. Each type of no strengthens your clarity and your confidence. When you don't say no, you overextend yourself. You can easily dilute your energy because now you are doing a job or actions that are draining your energy. More than likely, you are having the argument in your head about why you said yes when you really wanted to say no. You can weaken your boundaries, you can lose your clarity, sometimes because of your yes. A life without no can transform into a life without direction. This seems like a good place to take a short break. Stay with me, and I will see you on the other side.
The Entertainment Resource Library is a cinematic membership space designed for entertainment professionals who want structure, clarity, and confidence in their careers. Inside the library, you'll find workbooks, worksheets, guided tools, and industry-specific resources that support every stage of your creative journey. Whether you're building your portfolio, preparing for a pitch, strengthening your communication, or reinventing your creative identity, the library gives you the tools to move forward with intention. Explore the full collection and unlock the resources that elevate your craft and your career.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Ruth M. James. Today, we are exploring how to say no with confidence and clarity. When I talk about clarity, it is about your goals and the type of career you are working towards. When being offered an opportunity, give yourself time to really think about what you are undertaking. Think about how much energy you have to put towards the project being offered. If possible, stop and think. Ask yourself if the opportunity is really a good fit for you. Will you one day regret this decision to take on the opportunity? If you feel that the project is a good fit, go for it. If no, maybe you should consider passing on it. This is a decision only you can make, a decision that will affect your career and identity one way or another. How to say no. When you say no, try to be as direct, grounded, and respectful as you possibly can. You can say no by immediately offering alternatives when appropriate. You can say no by trusting that the right opportunities will return. If you feel comfortable in the situation, you can offer the reason or reasons why you are choosing not to take the opportunity. This action might cause a dialogue between all parties. They might offer accommodations. If appropriate, let the person know that even though you are saying no to this project, you would like to be considered for future projects. Then make a point of staying in touch. Drop a note letting them know you are still very much interested in working with them as an actor, director, or producer. Keep your conversation light. You don't want anyone to walk away from the conversation feeling bad, defeated, or angry. I find that if I am more focused on working with the individual, there is a different energy than just saying no to a project. A confident no is a sign of a grounded creative. Saying no can feel uncomfortable. It can trigger guilt. It can trigger fear. It can trigger self-doubt. But discomfort is not danger. It is growth. You handle the emotional weight of no by reminding yourself of your purpose, by honoring your boundaries, by trusting your future. Your no is an investment in your long-term success. The future you are building requires boundaries, it requires clarity, it requires alignment, it requires the courage to say no when something does not support your path. Your no is not a limitation, it is a declaration of who you are, of what you value, of the creative future you are stepping into. Saying no is how you protect the person you are becoming. In summary, the creative power of saying no is one of the most transformative skills you can develop in your career. Thank you for joining me for this podcast. This has been How to Manifest Gigs, Power, and Fame.
Ruth M. James will be back next week with a new topic. The information in this podcast is for educational and motivational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional advice, and no specific results are promised or guaranteed. Your success depends on your own decisions, actions, and circumstances. By listening to this show, you agree that all choices and outcomes are your responsibility. A Ruth M. James production.